Hello YouTube, HBZeta here today, and sorry about the impromptu streaming and completely impromptu thing, but I thought I might as well give you guys a bit of an update on this system because it'll take another few weeks before I finish it off and have a completed video and stuff for it. Okay, the reason for that is I kind of ran out of money and I'm not prepared to invest any more money at the moment in the system. And really, it needs a few things. It needs a new power supply, it needs a better Sata Controller, and most importantly, it needs some better RAM. I'm using cheap Samsung RAM at the moment, and it's not great. So I just want to run through and just show you quickly what the system is, what the settings are, and what's going on, where I am with this project. And I'll just tell you guys this, if I knew it was going to be this much of a dog, I wouldn't have made those videos in advance. I would have created a 3-part thing that's all edited like what I do with the Raspberry Pis. This thing has just been an absolute dog to try and get working to this stage, to get it to function. Never mind anything else. And I'll talk to you on what needed to change and things as I go through the Everest thing. So I'm just going to maximize this. Sorry if there's a bit of shimmer and some interference and stuff on the screen, but that's the VGA cable. It's another thing that needs to be replaced for this to work properly. But I just recommend that if you're watching this, switch over to 1080p so that you guys can read the text, and we'll quickly go through what's going on with the system and what my plans are. At the moment, it's got an ATI Radio 9000 Pro in. I'm on the fence about keeping this. I don't really want to. I wanted to stick in NVIDIA GeForce 5700. Unfortunately, the one that I had is completely busted. It has a BGA problem. I could probably reflow the CPU and reflow it professionally and it should be okay, but do you really want to invest that sort of time and money when you can rather just buy another GPU and then put that in? So that's the first thing that needs changing before I take this thing mainstream, and then that's the GPU. But it's a 64 meg 9000 Pro. It performs reasonably well for Windows 98 and Windows 98 games, more importantly. Now we're going to have a look at the CPU. The CPU is still the same, Pentium Celeron S. This needs to go and get changed to a proper Telatin with 512Ks of cache instead of 256. And this is, even though it says here full speed, it's a slower variant of cache. It's on the Celerons. That does impact performance. Now the motherboard is one of the things I had the most problems with the system, and you guys saw recapped it to spec. I even looked at the diagrams and the schematics, what sort of cap size I should use, what caps, where did they lead and everything. So I'm on spec with the capacitors. The problem that I had with this is as soon as I add the Voodoo 2s, and you'll see we don't have the Voodoo 2s yet in, it basically runs out of spec on the 5-volt line. The 5-volt line drops to 4.23 volts, which is very, very low. Normally there's a 10% tolerance, so 4.5 is borderline, and then you get to 4.25, it's dangerous. As a result, Windows doesn't want to install properly, it throws a lot. The combination with the SATA adapter, which I'll get to just now, caused me most of this, but I swapped out the power supply from my key to a Pro case. I actually like Pro case power supplies, always have. And I went from 75 volt 5 volt rail, which I thought was fine. I actually thought it was 100 watts. Silly me not checking the specs. And it ran fine on the Jetway, but I think on the Jetway what happened there was with the slot kit has its own regulators and things. And it gets its own power from a Molex connector. I'm 95% sure that the slot kit actually ran the CPU from the 12 volt rail, not from the 5 volt rail, hence all of these problems. So yeah, I'm keeping this board. I just need to figure out, I'm still getting a bit of voltage drop. With the new power supply, it's getting 4.75, which is, it's much better. It's actually perfectly okay to run your system at that. I'm just not impressed too much with it. I want to get it a bit better. So memory wise, this board is extremely picky on memory. You can see that's on my table, you know. Basically, everything I threw at it just did not like it until I put the Samsungs in that sort of liked it. And mem test ran for the entire evening and it's fine, it works. So it's happy. SPD, it doesn't make the difference. Chipset, so we're basically done. Operating system, I'm using Windows 98. I installed Service Pack 3, unofficial Service Pack 3. That gave me some problems with the actual Microsoft Explorer. What will happen is the icons wouldn't display. Reason being, on the instructions for it, it's pretty clear to install any version of Internet Explorer. No, install Internet Explorer 6. If you install Internet Explorer 5.5, so basically 98 SE comes with 5.0, you install 5.5, your buttons don't work, you have to reinstall everything and go to 6. So that brings us down to audio. Audio, I'm keeping what's in here already, which is the Audigy 2 SP0240, fantastic sounding card. Phil mentioned that the drivers takes very long to install, and for me, no, it wasn't a problem. Drivers aren't picky either. I've got the original CD. I might upload that somewhere if there's demand, especially if Phil needs it. I'll stick it somewhere. Okay, network controller. I stuck in. Why did I? No, don't do that. Go away. I stuck in gigabit Ethernet RTL 8169 SL, I think it was, and it worked well. I'm getting good transfer speeds to this machine. Very good transfer speeds. That just brings. What else did I change on here? I think that's all that I should go through. So the power supply needs to get swapped. Memory needs to get swapped. Graphics cards needs to get swapped. Oh, and I need to talk to you about the SATA quickly now. Let's see, there's a storage tab here. So at the moment, you see that's disabled. Well, I've got a CD-ROM still on there. But everything is running from the VIA VTE6421. This gave me never-ending hassles. With the Morpheus firmware, which is the latest, greatest one, which works fine on VIA chipset. It works fantastic well if you have a VIA motherboard. If you put it into the Intel motherboard, it just freezes. It takes like 2 seconds to start Windows install, freezes. And I downgraded the firmware first to version 1.20. It installs, it gets about 2/3, starts freezing, just like random, completely random. What would happen is you look at the files, you'll see it transfer the files across, and then halfway through it will freeze, and it's like it just waits for the rest of the daytime. The system halts. It turns out that the only firmware version that works properly on the Intel chipset is version 4.39, and that has a nasty bug where every now and then, not nearly as much as 1.20, but every now and then on the system you'll see that the whole system just waits for the hard drive to push through, and as a result I can't do hard drive benchmarks for whatever reason. Benchmark wise, let's see if it remembered. So I'm finally getting, compared to the VIA board, I'm finally getting like the full potential of the Celeron, which is kind of phenomenal. I mean, it's still not as fast as the others, but you can see it's like outpacing the Celeron 215, which runs on DDR memory, DDR2. It outpaces the P4 1.4 GHz, which runs DDR266 once again. That I'm pretty proud of. It outpaces the 2 GHz Celeron. So this kicks ass. Finally, compared to the other board, I wasn't getting the full potential out of it. Same with memory performance on the other board. So let's do read performance quickly. On the other board I was getting really bad memory performance. On the Jetway as well, the graphics card just ran out on 1.0 times AGP. The reason for that being all the connectors on that board is like heavily worn. So everything had contact problems and it just didn't detect properly because the connector didn't give the correct information back. But memory performance I'm fairly happy considering this is a very cheap Samsung memory. The latency is quite good. 225 is good latency. But you can see that it outpaces it outpaces some of the DDR400s. It's finally like doing well. Before it was like rock bottom on the previous board. Right performance. Let's do that quickly as well. But so far, this motherboard, the performance is phenomenal. That's very good for what it is. I really want to see if we push it to the absolute max, if we put in that 1.4 GHz Dilated. The Pentium S instead of the Celeron S with the extra cache, it's going to be a lot faster. So you've got right performance. It's about these Pentium 3s and MXs. Right performance, but this is due to the slow, crappy memory. That's alright, you know. Most of these, let's see, dual EDO, DDR. My performance is slow, but it's not great memory. The Samsung stuff I've got in here. Ideally, I would like to sit about there, a little bit higher, maybe even. But that's not terrible. Latency, let's test that quickly. And then we'll start gaming. I mean, sorry, this is like very quick. I don't even say that I'm going to live stream or anything. I'm just like quite literally just starting this. I'm pushing this down quickly to 14p. Maybe I should give me a bit more speed, but let's check this out quickly. You see, latency, it does well, but that's due to the nice 2225. This GA-6 has the same latency. So, that's not bad, but I can do better, and I have to do better. I mean, we should actually be about there. A bit higher than that even. There we go. Yeah, 2336, your 2s. We should actually have it. Oh, but that's DDR 266. Yeah. Pentium 3S board with DDR support. Need to track that down. But it ain't bad. It's good. Gaming performance is really nice. Not considering the card that I've got in here. This card isn't meant for gaming, you know. Well, it is meant for gaming, but it's not meant for. It's not where I want to be gaming wise. Audio as well. When I get the other cards in, I want to see if I can capture over optical. That means double pops and clicks and strange audio glitches. No more interference. But yeah, I just need to invest a whole lot more money to get this thing to a point where I'm happy with it. It just needs love. It needs a lot of TLC. I mean, I would love it if I just had like infinite amount of money that I can just throw at things. I hope the audio works for you guys. It should do. OBS doesn't have it muted. I can see stuff coming through. For whatever reason, I'm not getting my audio. Oh, that's just great. Audio playing. Unless this doesn't have audio. I did turn the music off, so maybe it's that. We'll see in a second. I mean, I'm actually this close and just throwing this thing in and switching over to P4. As soon as I have P4 won't give me any hassles. I mean, I've invested out of my own free time like 2-3 days already, and it doesn't sound like much, but when you've only got like 84 days a month that you can work on, a year that you can work on projects, there isn't much you can do, to be honest. It's a lot of time, 2 days, you know. But it would be nice if I can get this thing like perfectly stable, perfectly working. Maybe in the future, in a far distant future. Oh, there we go. I'm just taking the easiest level. I don't want to do anything difficult. This is more to show off to you guys of what this thing can do at the moment. I've got VSync enabled as well, so there shouldn't be any tearing. With the live stream, you will see. But I'm running this at 60 Hz, so there might be some tearing. We will see. Yeah, we'll just deal with it if we get it. And the live stream is on 30 frames per second, so. That's one thing about Serious Sam, the originals. The loading times were hectic. I'm also not happy with the SSD performance. The SSD is fast as nothing on earth on some parts and slow on others. I can't figure out why. So if any of you guys see some cheap PC parts pop up, AGP graphics cards, you know, let me know. I did post a few places that I'm looking for them, and I don't get anything really back from there. Yeah, there's some options. Someone said that they've got a 5500, but he hasn't replied back yet on how much he wants for it.
Hello, operator. Give me Las Vegas.
Hello?
Blondie, is it you?
No, it's Jones.
Ah, when will he come?
He will come when he's done, boy.
Done with what? I've been waiting forever for him to show up.
I think there was like stuff at the bottom there, but I'm not going to do that for now.
I'm a lumberjack.
And he's okay. So it actually plays games very well though. It's not at the level I really want it to be.
Ah, my old love.
But I think it'll look a lot better for a good quality VGA game. I should actually try a sticker 8 class GPU in there. There's a hack bias, a hack drive that you can do, but I don't know if you can get that in AGP though. And then try and capture over HDMI. Not that I think that will make any big difference. I love that the game, the crosshair actually tells you how much health the thing has left over. If it's red, it's low on health. This game has some really nice features. It was a great game back then. And the new Doom actually far more resembles Serious Sam than it does anything else. Closed arena shooting. Sure, they modernized it, but it's far more like this. If I remember correctly, you can actually run the opposite way, and there's some pickups hidden away here. The frame stutters isn't actually from drop frames, it's just from the capture card. That's another thing I need to swap. If only I can get more funds to do this sort of stuff. I guess that's why I always have those links in my subscription. That's explosives, if I remember correctly. No? Oh no, that's from the roller coaster. That you saw in the beginning of the thing. Well, there's a pickup here, we can get some rockets. But yeah, performance is decent. With being serious, Sam, you had your opportunity to explore now a little bit. Now they're going to go and chase you down. Graphics on this was always very good. There's the mothership. Sorry guys, this is not going to be an exciting one, it's just to show you that the PC is capable of. There was, you saw far away, there was something there on the mountain, a little bit of white there. There's another secret if I remember correctly. You guys are probably dying of boredom. I'm just going to do this for like half an hour, another 10 minutes or so, and then I'll go make a video and upload it. It's basically just to give you guys an update on what's going on with the computer. Well, that's difficulty, it's really chill. Not much happening. You should actually play it on medium or hard.
Serious speed.
And of course, you're saying everything that you pick up always spawns enemies.
Fired.
Come on, you two. This is not a pink scorpion. Come on. Can't believe you guys took so long to get triggered. Oh, you can actually get into. Oh, I don't know, wait, there you go. Come on. Oh, to do this. I'm not going to play that game right now. Let's do this. Why not? We'll probably die and then we'll call it quits. Yeah, that's going to be all from me. Just wanted to show you guys what the progress is on this and why that isn't finished yet. Anyway, cheers guys. Until next time, cheerio. Let's go down to see if I can die. See, there it was. If you actually can make it. But I don't think your oxygen supply is good enough. See, there is your oxygen supply getting finished. I thought there was something down there. I was right. But anyway. Cheerio guys, now you guys know what to expect and what I'm working on. Oh, that drew nicely. Machine still needs a bit of TLC and it'll be done. It'll get done eventually.